Alright, let me know if you can hear me. That would be great. Awesome, awesome. So yeah, you guys can just, do whatever in the chat, and I'll talk this way, because then I can draw and talk at the same time, and not have to stop and type, because I'm a really slow typer on my tablet, so... Predictive text is better on my phone for some reason. Just another comic page. I figured it's the most anticipated thing probably that I'm working on. Yeah. Yeah, my sketches are pretty rough generally at this stage. Mostly because I sketch multiple pages out at a time, and so it just makes it easier to, like, quickly get it all done. I hope you're okay. You do have to submit your OCs so that I can borrow them. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I think I have like 40 or something. 43, something like that. OCs for this, and I'm surprised that I got like any, really. I think I'm gonna double check that number so I'm not lying. Where'd it go? Oh no. I have too many things open on my phone. Let's see. There we go. Right? Where did it go? Oh no! Did I lose them? No, I didn't. Yeah, there were a couple of people that submitted multiple ones, but sometimes they submitted them. There's a couple of people who like did it all at one time, like on one form. So okay, let's see. We have okay. Oh shit. 45 right now. Which is great because I'm gonna need as many as possible. Yeah, sometimes I like look through my phone and realize how many tabs I have open, and then I'll look through the stuff that I have open on my tabs. I would actually prefer it if you did one at a time. Um, they're not all gonna be exterminated. Um, uh, yeah, I would prefer it if you did individual ones because that way when because I have them like sort of uh, spread out, organized out in a way so that I know like if I need a hotel guest or if I need a somebody else, then I have that list all out. I mean, it doesn't matter because I can cut and paste as I see fit, but yeah, it's a little easier to manage that way. What are your hands doing? If you ever need to like update it or anything like that, or you want to update it, you can always just DM me or anything like that, um, or whatever. Um, and as far as like, there's literally not too much information that you can give me, mostly because I just love them. I just love OCs, and I love you know all that stuff. So the more information you give me, just for my own personal enjoyment. Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of DMs that were like, I may have, how much information do you want? Or, things like that. And I was just like, all of it, please. Tell me their whole life story, please. Oh, you should see the notes that I have out for Momo are like, if I printed them out, they would probably be like 1,000 pages long. Yeah, yeah. If you have an OC that you and you but you don't have a way to like put all that all together and draw it all together or anything. If you have like references of things that look similar, or this body type but with this hair, or whatever, that works too. And as long as you're okay with a little bit of maybe artistic license, that's fine. Hey, that's his whole comic, okay? 100% is just me making stuff up as I go. I mean, there's a plot and everything, but like the finer details. I mean, it's all only existed for about. It'll be a month on. Well, I posted it for the first time on the 5th. So it's a little bit older than that. But not much. Yeah, character design is a big hobby of mine. Not so great at the story part. I mean, I've written stories probably my whole life, but I've never actually like posted them or made them public or whatever. So that was probably the biggest part of this. The hardest part for me was like putting a story out there that uh yeah, putting a story out there that was like written by me. All of my characters have wings. Actually, I don't think my personal character has wings, but everybody else does. Some characters you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer than others to get to, but actually the end of this chapter is going to feature at least one OC. Yeah, I didn't get a whole lot of. Most of them were sinners. I think there was like a couple of angels, um, but not a whole lot of imps. Yeah, it is much more active. I think it's easier to do like to chat on YouTube than it is on Twitch. Definitely on the other one that we did. Hmm. Angel's everybody's favorite. He's definitely become one of my favorites. Yeah, I kind of figured that that the whole Alistair thing would freak some people out. It was my way of telling y'all to watch out. I'm not above seriously wounding my favorite characters. You'll think you'll it'll I mean, I'm not against giving away, plot points or spoilers or anything like that. Um, but I'm also not going to ruin it for people who don't want it to be ruined. I already ruined it for one person. Yeah, I didn't show his face mostly because I couldn't really figure out the best. I mean, that's a hard expression to draw anyway. I'm not going to spoil anything unless you want me to spoil stuff. See, I'm always one of those people that's like, just tell me. Just tell me. Oh, I wonder. I wonder who that might be. You did ask for it, though. I may have pushed, but you did ask for it. Maybe she will. Maybe this is what this is. This is the the pilot story to the Animal Alisters. It would be Animalisters. Yeah, usually it's a way for me to be like, well, okay, am I if I'm going to be excited about it, I'll be excited about it. If I'm not, then I know in advance and then I don't have to worry about, getting really excited or really, you know, very rarely am I disappointed in stuff if I like it like as a concept. If that makes sense. The most cursed. Who knows? Maybe that's our. They are slowly becoming an army. Although I think Jalister is the only one that has it in him. I don't know, that guy. He's got some weird going on. Also, thank you for misspelling chameleon like I did on accident. His name is actually supposed to be Chameleon, but I forgot the chameleon has an H in it. Yeah, the story is that Alistair does live there with them. He lives there with all of the other Alistairs. They just stay apart as much as possible. and he does not like them. Because Alistair is being supportive. That's why. He's supporting his family. What? I think everybody knows, or should know. Which one? Which one is he trying not to kill? I'm pretty sure Alistair is just in a constant state of trying not to kill things. Turns out Jallister is stronger than um Jallister is stronger than Alistair. That's the only reason that all the Alistairs or the animal Alistairs are still alive. Is because Jallister is a true agent of chaos. Okay, I feel some type of way about Vox. I don't know exactly what I feel about him. Um, I don't know if I like him. I don't know. I like his design, but I don't know enough about him to make. I'm very tempted. I mean, him being Alistair's sort of main antagonist already makes me like him. Yeah. I mean, there's great things about not knowing a whole lot, but there's also a lot of not great things about not knowing a whole lot. Yeah, that is. That's my favorite tidbit of information about Al is that he's just like, fuck all this modern stuff. The world should have just stopped when I died, and technology should not have continued. The radio should still be a thing. But he's okay with Furbies, which it's like make up your mind. But he would pick the worst technological advance of ever to be okay with. They are. They're the literal devil. And yeah, he owns a Furby organ. That's a thing. I don't know why. Cuz he owns a Furby organ. This is an organ made out of Furbies. Oh shit, what happened? Oh. What'd you do? I got distracted and now something happened. Oh. It is quite an instrument. You should look it up. I just accidentally hid the whatever thing folder instead of paying attention to what I'm doing. Yeah, he's canonly not white. um, I don't know if do we know his exact makeup, but yeah, he's definitely Cajun. Oh no, it's like a piano, like an organ, like a church organ. You can Google it. It's quite a thing. But Furbies were invented in 1998 or something like that. I'm pretty sure they were invented after I was born. Which is a heck of a lot uh, longer after Alistair died. Furby organs are one of the most complex instruments to play, or organs in general. I've never played either one. Oh, I would say I would believe that. He probably likes, modern music and stuff, but he probably listens to it on a gramophone. I don't know, maybe you have experience playing Furby organs. I don't know. I mean, I think there's like one that exists in the world. Go eat your lunch. Sustenance is important. Yeah, I don't see him see liking modern music, but modern like electric swing music, because it's basically like big band music from back then. But I mean, I like it. I actually listen to a lot of it while I like draw Alistair. No, Alistair brought it on all of us. None of us would have to know about it if his dumb butt didn't own one. I didn't actually watch the stream, so I don't know how it all happened, but it was on his Wikipedia page, so which I do frequent. Oops. Yeah, it's almost midnight here too, but I don't have a real person job, so I can stay up as late as I want. Also, I'm an adult who can also stay up as late as they want. I mean, I have a job, it's just not like a real person job. Hey, traditional art is a talent that I do not possess, mostly because I'm spoiled, because I do digital art. Um, I this wasn't too bad, but I mean sometimes when I draw, we could have like 25 layers of just sketches. I mean, since starting the comic, I've gotten a lot better at that because it's just basically drawing the same people over and over and over again. And so it's really easy to break it down into like shapes and things like that. But still, for the more like complex stuff, or backgrounds, lot of layers for backgrounds. But if you guys have any questions about, my process or the comic or anything at all, just you can just shout it out, and I will try my best. That's the first step. Is just tracing stuff, and once you kind of get the feel for it, I mean, you guys should see my old art. I mean, you won't because I'll never post it, but uh, yeah, I had quite a process I actually don't do a whole lot of commission work. Um, Not because I don't want to. What but yeah, it is a little confusing as far as like where to go and what to do. Um, but yeah, Kofi. I think that's how you say it. It's coffee, Kofi, Ko-fi, whatever. They're really good. That's where I um I do the Animalisters thing through. Um, and it's pretty easy for people to use. And it is, um, but it is PayPal based, I think. I think you can use other things. You can use Stripes too. But yeah, I need a new computer very soon. So Patreon is a little different because it's a subscription service. Basically, I am in the process of setting up a Patreon, and it's it's definitely a process. You could try Venmo. I don't know if that's a thing. Um, Again, I don't know what young people do, what the young folks out there are doing. Yeah, just mail you cash. That works. Or like you could try Etsy. I don't know. I imagine you could probably maybe sell commissions on Etsy. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of it, but people who use their phone for art are also amazing. Because I'm so spoiled. So spoiled. It's kind of ridiculous. When I have Procreate on my phone and I have a pen and I have a like a stylus and stuff, and I still was like, no, no, can't do this. I'm so used to my big, beautiful, pretty screen. See, that is a talent, and you are amazing. I just use like just tell people, hey, this is what I got, and most people, I mean, most of that stuff's pretty easy to get if they don't have it already. Um, and you'll be surprised what a lot of people have. I mean, even if other people aren't using it for art, um, I use a Surface Pro 4 for art and almost nothing else. Who are you talking to? What app for what? Oh, from Sugar? I was lucky and I got this for school when I was back in college. And then I flunked out of college and I kept the tablet. Yeah, I mean that's the way it is. I think. I mean, it was that's the way it was for me when I first like I started on a bamboo tablet, um, oof, in the Mesozoic era, and then when I started to do more stuff on when I got a tablet and things like a tablet computer, it was really weird. And now, like for me, it's like I could probably draw on my phone or whatever, but yeah, it just doesn't come out looking the way that I want it to, and I'm like, yeah, it's very anxiety inducing, which is why like I'm looking into getting a new tablet, and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna get a iPad, like an iPad Pro, because the new Surface Pros haven't really been that great. Um, but the idea of like switching to a whole different system, the Surface Pro's Windows, um, and obviously an iPad's not, is very, very anxiety inducing for me. I mean, even switching programs is so weird. I'm so used to things being where I'm used to them being. Because I have other things. I have Paint Tool Sai, and I've used other programs as well. And man, so much of it is like autopilot as far as like where everything is and what I'm pressing on and hotkeys and things like that. Well, I don't use a what's it called? Keyboard. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hotkeys are like keys on your uh, why can't I think of the word? Keyboard. They're keys on your keyboard that you you can either program them yourself or something. Most of the time they're pre-programmed that will, like, if you press, say, like, here, for, like, for this one, if you press P, it'll go straight to your pen brush, or whatever. Um, and so if you have a keyboard, it makes it a lot easier to switch between things. It's how I used to do it pretty much everything when I was using um, a non-screen tablet, so like a regular drawing tablet, when I had my Bamboo. Which, by the way, if you're looking for a really good starter tablet, I don't know how they are now, but oof, could not have. I loved that thing. So, Wacom, like the cheap. Back when I only used Corel Painter Essentials. Which is another art program that I owned. Corel Paint. Which I didn't like. I mean, as cliche as it sounds, art's definitely one of those things that you suck at until you don't. And I still think that I suck at it. I'm legitimately very surprised that you guys even want to watch this, or that that you're interested in the story or the comic or anything like this. It's very surprising to me. Also, because I took the very long road, which is to teach yourself how to do all this. Oh, thank you. I try. I mean, I've been in a lot of fandoms, and I've been fans of a lot of stuff that where was really cool, but the creator or whatever didn't. And like, I'm a person who's fairly anxious. I'm not very good at like approaching people, but I um but I want to be, as much as possible, somebody who is approachable, and you know who is part of the community, or this community, as much as possible. So sometimes I'm worried that I'm a little annoying about it. Like, no, I just want to enjoy your comics. Stop talking to me. But like I said, I'm a little anxious. So, Also, a big part of how I got better as an artist is from, from doing requests and freebies and things like that for people on the internet. And so, in a big way, that's sort of how, like, what I can do now is all thanks to people who I met on the internet. Yeah, I don't have many friends either. That's why I'm on the internet. Yeah, I don't live with. I have a roommate, but I'm almost 30, so I don't live with my parents anymore. But I mean, it was yeah, it was definitely a long time when. I mean, it's not so much now, but when I was younger, it was a lot of like, this is all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was draw. All I wanted to do was I was never very good at in school or whatever, and it was hard to express that to people, especially my parents. Um, Now they're all about it. Oh, yeah, panic attacks are not fun. Not fun at all. And I have a pseudo public job. I have to be around people a fair amount, but I'm usually okay if there's a reason. Like I'm very bad at like walking up to somebody and like asking for help or whatever. College is a waste of time. Don't listen to me. Don't. I have 7 years of college. I don't have a degree. I never graduated. But I have 7 years of college, and I have a job that does not require any of that. I'm a dog trainer professionally. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to figure out layers. I would name them, except that would take 30 times as long. It already does. Mm. Yeah, that's why I went to college in the beginning. Was because it was what what you do. You go to college and you graduate. It's also why I stuck with it for so long. Even though it was very obviously not going to work out. Was because my brother's a doctor. There's some like internet jobs you could get. I don't know if you're already good at like math or things like that, but um, I mean, being a software designer, my dad's a coder, and he's not a social person. I mean, he's not a social person, but he's the youngest of 9 children, so I'm sure you're good at stuff. I don't think I've ever been a straight A student. I was pretty good in like middle school and high school, or a little bit in high school, I guess. I just don't. If I'm not interested, I can't apply myself super well. I just can't focus. Which is why when I was younger, it used to make my mom crazy. To make my mom crazy because I could sit there and draw for hours, hours and hours and hours, but I couldn't do anything else for that long. The important things for being an adult are knowing how to do your taxes. If you live in the United States, I don't really know about other places, but knowing how to do your taxes is very helpful, or where to go if you need to know how to do your taxes. And how not to yell at people. It's people who work service jobs. Also, if you hear you'd be surprised how many adults don't know how to not yell at people. Um, but yeah, sorry if you hear whining in the background. The dog staying with me that is not happy about not being at home. Hey, we're a mess. Don't even. I'm just sad I have to live here. I mean, not really. My life isn't super bad, but But I also live in the middle of the country, so we're pretty far away from anything important that ever happens. Well, frogs would eat until they're keeping you awake at, in the middle of the night because they're loud. Yes, yeah, it's the same angel. They're just they're just hanging out, just waiting for more people to staff. I mean, it's kind of Al's fault for being outside. I'm just saying. Maybe he should have read the local paper. Who says it's gone? Uh, I got some stuff planned. He forgot what day it was. I mean, it's gotta get in his way sometimes. I can't imagine that when he was alive, he had hair like that. I don't even know what you would call that haircut. Wait, wait, it's Tuesday? Oh, I thought it was Monday. That's the entire reason why I redesigned young Alistair was because I wanted him to have a ponytail because I love it so much. That's how I make all of my decisions, by the way. Oh, I want to draw this. Okay, so now I'm going to figure out how to make it so that I can draw this. I want to draw wings. I want to draw a ponytail. I want to draw, I don't know, blood. I want to practice this. I want to do intense lighting. I mean, does your hair grow in hell? Or you just like always, do you always look the same? I imagine you don't get older. I wouldn't be so sure about that. I'm also thinking about eventually once sort of, there's a more established storyline, like once the storyline has been established for the comic, um, doing little like vignettes and stuff for people's um, people's OCs, the ones that have like submitted them to me, just so like, you know, a little bit of background about the background characters. That's my goal, is to make it fun to read. Well, and if at least interesting, it may not always be fun to read. I'm glad. I'm glad you've been enjoying um, each page. I've enjoyed making each page, so it was definitely much more nerve wracking in the beginning. Yeah, I have to wait a little bit longer until I'm eligible for my shot. My family, everybody else has it, but so I'm trying to figure out how the wings would go. What is this? It is very quiet now. It's weird for me because I'm talking to myself. I'm the only one that's talking. My dog thinks I'm crazy. But less crazy than he thought the first time I did this. Because then he was very confused. This time he has decided he's gonna go sleep on the floor because mom's being crazy. Games that I play. Oh, he is a German Shepherd boxer mix, which we found out because we did one of those genetic testing things, and he is an F1, which is basically means that he has one parent that was full blood German Shepherd and another parent that was full blood boxer. So he's basically 100% or 50-50 mix of the two. Um, he's about 110 pounds. Um, yeah, I posted about it. And he's he's a big baby. He's a very good dog, although he does not like other dogs all the time, which can be a problem because that's like a big part of my job. He's okay if they're in my house. It's just like out in the world that he's like a jerk. But when you're 110 pounds, you don't get to be a jerk. And I also have two cats, one of whom is basically like a small dog. He definitely thinks he's a small dog. Um, my dog is his best friend. Um, Either that or he thinks that my dog is his mother. One or the other. I don't know. Welcome back. How's your lunch? We're talking about dogs. Specifically my dogs. Because everything's about me. You spell it right. You're allergic to cats. The cats will love you to death too. I hope you like fur if you want to get a husky. And craziness. I mean, I love huskies. They're great. But they are something else, man. And they talk, 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 and they don't ever stop talking. Yeah, my cats are very loud, especially at night. Um, it's a dog. I'm not laughing because it's a bad dog. It's just a very interesting mix. It's a husky and a Shiba Inu. You might as well just get, like, a small child. I've trained more Shiba Inus than I've trained Huskies, but, yeah. If there are amazing qualities about each dog, but if you get the frog mix, that's a handful. Anytime you mix like a working breed dog with a less than working breed dog, it's always very interesting. Not bad, just interesting. Mm, I'm a big fan of big dogs. Yeah. Yeah, they can be real awful. Little dogs. I mean, if you train them, like any dog, they're I mean, fine, but only dog I've worked with dogs for whew, 11 years. The only dog I've ever been bit by was a Yorkie, and I work with aggressive dogs. I mean, I'd actually really like a little dog. um, Mostly because little dogs, you can teach them to do all sorts of fun stuff. You can still teach a big dog to do a lot of stuff, but like I have to worry about Talmadge, who's my dog. I have to worry about his hips and stuff a lot. So some most like agility and tricks. First off, he's not very good at them because he's basically like a baby deer. Um, like he looks like a baby deer and he acts like a baby deer. Um, but sorry, I have to plug my tablet in. Yeah, he's not like a baby deer. He's like a deer that is an awkward teenage age. So he doesn't have the cute little fawn spots, and his parents don't want anything to do with him anymore. So they're just like, go out into the forest and hopefully don't get eaten by a wolf. And then he would absolutely get eaten by a wolf. Or eat a wolf. Yeah, you probably heard him meow. From... They're not even in my room. They're very far away. They've got some uh, crazy vocal powers. Also, one of them isn't neutered, which is my fault. Um, because he's young and going to the vet was a problem. But, and so he likes to yowl. Yeah, they're not allowed in my room because they break things. Because they're rude. And they're always mad about something, mostly because I have dogs that come in and out of my house, and they're like, Mom, stop bringing these other animals into my domain. No, no, he's not. The younger one, the one that you can hear probably, he loves dogs. He's a big fan of dogs. Not always aware that dogs aren't a big fan of him. But the other one uh, is, he doesn't hate dogs. Yeah, yeah, my cat's, I mean, he would be neutered 100%, like, immediately if he ever went outside, but he's not allowed to go outside, so. And when he does, because sometimes he escapes when, like, I let the dogs go potty, um, he literally will sit on the patio and, like, look around for a second, and then as soon as you open the door, he just runs back inside. He's terrified of the world. The other one will sit around and watch stuff, but he won't go anywhere. Again, he's also not allowed outside because one time he got outside and he got bit by something. I don't know what it was, but I don't like taking my cats to the vet because vets are expensive. But I will. I'll take my cats to the vet. Yeah, it's like 12:30 here. Yeah, I don't know what we'll do if I let them outside, and then we like walked away. But I mean, they will sit on our patio. Like if I'm out back working with the dogs, they will sit on the patio, and we have little like harnesses for them, so they don't go anywhere because they do like to be outside. Um, but they got too fat for them. True fact. Yeah, my little one used to be like legit borderline feral. Um, and then yeah, once he decided that he was like, oh well, I guess I'm gonna live here now. Um, that was it. But before he decided that he wanted to stay here, whew. But yeah, she's got places to, or they've got places to be, people to kill that aren't there at that moment, right? She's got a busy schedule to keep to, those exterminators. My, a lot of times it depends on the cat, whether or not they're like super into catnip. But my big cat, Miko, is super into it. He will, man, you give him catnip and he'll just roll around in it. He'll break it um, out of cabinets. Yeah, Angel is gonna have some serious war flashbacks after this. Crows, anything with wings. He's like, I'm done. I'm done with winged creatures. They're just gonna be walking around, see a crow. He just sits down on the sidewalk and, nope, nope, no, we're not doing this. Pigeons. Aww. Aww. I just realized. Oh, Husk. I'm just like, I need a minute. I need a minute. That was not my intention. Uh, my one ship. The one ship that I might actually ship, other than that is Vaggie um, and Charlie. He's like, whoa, what the fuck did you do to him? Yeah, I don't know I don't I don't know when Husk died. Yeah, he's like, it was like 70 or something like that when he died. Time is weird, man. Time is weird. Also, Al just was dumb and died really early. Because that's what he is. He's dumb. Are we talking? Husk died because he was drunk? Which is believable. Or Alistair. Which would be very unfortunate, but also very fun. I want to know why Husk gets to be both a bird and a cat. Why does he get to be two things? Yeah, yeah, something like that. I know he died from a dog related incident, which I think is rude of him. Also that he doesn't like dogs. But I don't know if he didn't like doesn't like dogs now or if he didn't like dogs then because if he didn't like dogs then, well, you deserved it. I mean, not that he didn't deserve it whether or not he liked dogs or not, but especially because if he didn't like dogs, he deserved it. Again, very rude of him not to. I mean, if you're afraid of them, fine, whatever. They are, they have teeth and, whatever. He would just hang a fake bird. He would just hang a real bird. Just find a dead bird and hang it outside of his window or his door. Because he's a freak. You can always tell how much I love a character by how angry I get at them for just being. Oh, it has not come up yet what exactly she is. No, I'm not gonna confirm or deny. He just gets a pet bird. Like, what the heck? Why did you get a pet bird? Oh, we have a spider problem. He changes his alarm clock to bird sounds instead of whatever the heck. Just the cawing of crows. I was talking about Angel's alarm clock, not not Alistair's, but I don't know. I mean, they had clocks. I don't know very much about 1930s tech, but I mean, is he against all technology that was like just the new stuff? Because they have like he obviously has used a TV or seen things on TV. I don't know if he probably doesn't own a TV. If he owns anything, he just wanders the streets. He doesn't have a house. Cause he's cause he's a jerk. Cause he's a crotchety old man. Yeah, yeah. The TV itself existed. Cameras and things like that too. Yes, yes, they are. I just have to sort of decide. I mean, specifically, Val is definitely going to be in it. Um, and then probably Vox 2. I don't know a whole lot about Velvet, but I mean they're kind of a package deal. Yeah, yeah. Cameras were alive when Momo was alive, and she was alive in the 1800s. She died in 1863. Um, it was back when you could take people used to take pictures of dead people. It's my favorite fun fact about cameras is that back during the Civil War, people used to bring their dead loved ones into the photo studios and then take pictures of them. Wonder what hell was like. Well, I think it's generally been like a reflection of the human world. The human world. I don't know. The living world, I guess. Watching a lot of anime. Oh, they never actually find her dead body, so yeah. I mean that's what they would have done. Except they probably would have been more focused on like her brother. Yeah, but I think the idea. Well, her brother was in the war, um, so he's kind of important. I'm gonna tell my family on you. But yeah, Momo's family never takes pictures of her dead body, but they do have another when after she's dead, they do eventually have another kid. Um, they have two more, two girls, one of whom is also named Momo. Because that's another thing that they used to do. So they would marry, or, they would name their living kids after previously dead kids. Momo number two. They didn't name him Momo. But I can't actually pronounce Momo's name. Originally, Momo's brother's name was going to be Thomas, but then I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would her name be fancy and weird and Greek and, you don't know how what's spelled? Momo's name? No one knows how Momo's name is spelled. Yeah, it's the equivalent of that. Just be like, okay, you get to marry the first child, I get to marry the second child. Yes, very slowly. That's the problem with streams, is that I talk with my hands. So, even though you can't see me. Oh, how to spell it? It's, I can write it out. Hang on. Sorry, Angel. No. Yeah, no, I have it saved in my phone. I'm such a great OC mom. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, Huskin, Angel Dust, and Baggy and Charlie are my two favorite. Yeah, are probably the only ones that I actually ship right now. Mostly because I don't know a whole lot. Um, I do think that Charlie and Alistair are very cute, but not reasonable. um, and I like. Um, and I do like Radio Dust, like the like the art and stuff. I think is adorable. Um, but it's not something that like I necessarily ship. But I also just really like Alistair being alone forever. Makes me happy. Because I'm a terrible person. I like my favorites to be like me. Yeah, that's the only ship that I would say is an absolute no for me. Is a Valen Angel. But again, I don't. Menemosity. 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 I can see that. I don't know. I don't speak Greek, so I don't know if there's like special weird spelling. But spelling. I know that like mnemonic comes the same word. It comes from the same word as mnemonic. So mnemosiny is probably the closest I would imagine it would be. Um, I think that's funny. I think that Alistair Lucifer is funny. Yes, it always comes out sounding like Nemo. Mnemosiny is probably the closest that you would get. Which her nickname would probably be Nemo if I weren't so if she weren't actually supposed to be based on me and my username. Um, and because I was lazy and I didn't want to change anything in the like the script and stuff, because I used the script to write the um, see, I don't know a whole lot about Lucifer, so other than that, he's got a weird thing with apples. I mean, I get it, sort of, but I think I don't care anything else about Lucifer. Having the moniker Apple Daddy is the funniest thing. Yeah, there's a lot of hit or miss VAs for some. I can usually get behind anybody, but if they're like not so much the VA, but the like editing for specifically Alistair, um, because it's hard. I mean, 1930s radio static is hard, but it I don't know, just as I don't know anything about video or audio editing. I mean, I used to have a podcast, but as I say, as my voice cracks. But I was not very good at editing it. Is that just where Alistair's a pimp? Oh, shoot. I did that wrong. I like that. I like the. I think that the second Alistair, the blue Alistair, is really cute. I think that's really cute. I think he's really cute. Oh, I believe it. But I mean, I think it's like his design is very cute. He's like everything that Alistair is not. That like normal Alistair is not. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what's going through his head. He's been around. He's been in hell long enough to know what's going on, what could happen. It's so crazy to me that like New Year's Eve is just like this crazy, scary, you know. Don't have a fight with anybody on New Year's Eve so they kick you out of the house and you're dead. I mean, I don't know what else they would do. I mean, angels, like regular angels, I would imagine probably do more than. Um, but I mean, as far as like, uh, I mean, and the whole my headcanon is that exterminators are sort of a separate thing. Are you telling me that my comic is not your favorite comic to date? That's unacceptable. You need to leave the stream right now. I'm joking. My this comic isn't even my favorite comic, and I make it. My favorite comic is about cats in 1930s or 1920s St. Louis. About uh, what's what I'm looking speakeasy owning cats. Ooh. Advice for starting your own comic. planning it out is probably a good idea. But yeah, I mean, having fun is probably my answer is always draw what you like, draw what you want, draw what makes you happy. Because especially with a comic, if you are not excited about what you're creating, it gets really, really, really repetitive really quickly. Um, I used to have another comic that was, I mean, it was great, and I loved doing it, and I loved the story, but I wanted to read it. Um, I didn't necessarily want to be creating it. This is probably my favorite thing. Like, it's just it. I mean, it's such a inspiring, inspiring. What's the word I'm looking for? I guess inspiring is a good word. Um, like subject matter, and it's so. And I think it helped that they did a lot of like prep stuff. You know, with streaming the animation cleanups and everything, and being really engaged in. I mean, I wasn't there for any of that, but the fact that it exists, yeah, um, I think did a lot. Uh, because I mean, I think being engaged, you can have an amazing story, and unless it's like super, 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 you know, catching in some way, if you're not engaging with people and you're engaging with fans, it's very easy to sort of forget about it. And and they did a really good job of that, of getting people involved. Yeah, I found it like a month and a half ago, I guess. Um, I mean, I could look back because you can, I know, always know when I find stuff because I draw it and then I post it, and then I have a good metric. I don't own any merch. I haven't even looked into merch. I totally would. It- I'm a big hoodie fan. Yeah, I love him. He's so cute. I love little demon pig. My mama on a hoodie. Nah. That would require me to design something. Okay, but how much is that in American dollars? Because I don't do. As I said earlier, math is against my religion. Yes. Bumper! Shush! Thank you. See, he's a dog. He's not a cat. Oh, now he's gonna start up again. Talmadge, go tell your son to shut up. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Big old dog. Oh, okay, so that's not bad. That's pretty. I mean, it wouldn't be bad if anybody wants to buy some commissions. That would be great. I bet they're warm and fuzzy. I feel like hoodies are always warm and fuzzy. Yeah. Yep. If anybody wants to finance my hoodie. Well, I'm always cold, so hoodies are always good. And all I have right now are um, My Hero Academia. I have a Midoriya jacket and a Todoroki jacket. And then I don't know where the rest of my warm clothes are. That's cool. I mean, he didn't really make any choices to end up here. Alistair made all the choices. Alistair makes all the bad choices for everybody. You don't know that. You don't know how he got stabbed. It's on the ground next to him because he dropped it after he got. Everything's Alistair's fault. Dang it, Alistair. That's Baggy's life motto. There's actually a scene. There's supposed to be a scene earlier in the comic where they're talking about when they find. Yeah, they do. They canonly. I did look that up. I did not look up their weapons, but I did look up a picture of them from the pilot, and they got some nice legs. But there was a scene originally between, like, from when Charlie and them find Angel, when he's got stabbed, and immediately Baggy's like, Alistair, what did you do? And Alistair's like, what the heck? She always just assumes that it was that he did something. I mean, not so into the face part. Yep. It's not my fault this time. But this whole traumatizing thing was definitely his fault. It's his fault for being out during the extermination. It's his fault for calling a crazy crow lady to come and save Angel. It's his fault for being friends with a crazy crow lady. Maybe the gremlins took it. Stole your hoodie. Or the borrowers. And I am not gonna even remotely pretend like that was a thing that I didn't see in somebody else's stuff and was like, I need that in my life. Well, to be fair, he did walk in on something that he shouldn't have seen. He just saw Alistair fucking die. Wendigo Alistair. Even though that's not technically what he is. It's not technically a Wendigo. It's just me in college every single day. Oh. Was that due today? Irreparably changed. Angel just stands up and walks out of the classroom like, no. I'm gonna go become a stripper instead. I'm sorry. I wish I could help. Send you good vibes though. Well, at least you remembered now. Although the difference is that oh hooray! Because I totally know that feeling. Although 99% of the time it's because I can't find my stylus. Angel just wakes up and dies. Mom was like, I technically saved him. He just overheated. His software stopped working. That's not my fault. Have a good night. Yeah, I'm almost done. Once I'm done coloring or shading, Angel will be done. Yeah, that's the streams are definitely on my list of things to start listening to in the background when I'm doing this. I kind of ran out of podcasts, so and sometimes I'll listen to music, but recently I don't know, it's been very distracting to have music on, but having like um, podcasts or whatever in the background seems to be a little better for me. Or I have a TV app. I have a app on my TV that it's for dogs. It's called Dog TV, which I'll also play in the background, not just because it's that my dogs like it, but also because it just plays really soothing music, and it's just like pictures of or like videos of dogs running around. Although every so often they do have this really creepy kid that will like laugh or like say things like, "Oh, you're a good dog," or whatever, and it's really really unsettling. I'm not a fan of children. I always have white noise. I always have a fan or something. Who is what? Oh, there's a dog inside all of us. Oh, yeah, fair. I guess somebody has to be a fan of kids. Why are there so many of them? Oh. He said there's a what inside me? No. That's a good question. Would Alistair eat a dog? Or is he just so against them? How does he feel about hellhounds? They're not technically dogs. like, hey, I'm the alpha now. Why is it always up to me to answer questions? Somebody else write the lore for this. I'm kidding, I'm too much of a control freak. We'll find out how he feels about demon dogs. Because Momo has a dog, sort of. He's not a dog, but he's a shark dog who still doesn't have a name. Because creating things is easy, naming them is hard. I want to name him something really cute. Not too much time. You'll find out pretty soon. He just forgets. This was all just exposition for you guys. I could have just done regular world building, but instead I decided to pointlessly traumatize Angel and then have him forget about it. The broad answer is yes. He is sort of canonly, um, you asexual, like in keeping with his canon. I haven't actually thought that far. Yes, yeah, he is and but I mean, there's no plan for him to be anything other than that. Um, I I don't see any point in. um, I mean, at the very least, Ace definitely. I mean, it's not really a shippy comic anyway, as much as the fangirl in me fights for that. It's not. So and there will be ships in it. I love it when people guess. I love it. Artemis is my favorite Greek goddess because some dude saw her bathing one time and she was like, "Bitch," turned him into a deer and then had him eaten by his dogs. To be fair, I'm generally excited by mundane things or animals. And I am canonly bisexual. In the canon that is my life. What the heck just happened? Oh. You fangirling about. Yeah, I mean, I think that it can be like that. I mean, I just don't. For me, it's. I mean, I'm not a particularly like interested person in stuff like that. So it's more like, uh, I just don't care. It's like, oh, you're gonna give me ice cream? I'll take ice cream whenever. That is not a consideration. I've also been in like, I don't know. I think I might have ice cream in my fridge, in my freezer, whatever. Happy Easter and Merry Passover. See ya. I am just about done here. Alright, folks. It's almost 2 here. But I will. Thank you guys so much for coming and staying and chatting with me. I'll probably do this again soon. Um, but I think that this is probably gonna be the winner as far as ways to stream, um, since it worked out the best of the ones that I tried. So, yeah, I'll post this in a minute, and I will see you guys later. Oh, I tried to stop the stream on